Howdy everyone, it is Dr. T calling in on a Wednesday, 5 p.m. Perth time, freezing. Hope you guys are doing well. Today is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to share some things with you that are quite vulnerable and quite authentically me. So we're not going to do a rapid fire today, but please stay on. So if you saw my little picture that I sent through to let you know I'm coming on, that was a picture that was taken of me last Friday when I was attending the funeral of an old family friend of mine who died at 52 with colorectal cancer. And she was very brave. And it was a beautiful ceremony, and as requested by her, we wore a hint of pink, and I got to wear my scarf, which was great. But at that funeral, I met with another old family friend of mine, Megan, and she said, "You're looking great. I've been following you on Insta. You're so resilient. You're amazing. You're fantastic." And I had to tell her that actually inside I was not doing so great. And there have been some really dark times. And she said, "Tamara, it would be so great if you shared that." And so today I'm going to share with you some reality bites of my life, of my journey. That horrible word, the journey. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with me. I have just done cycle 5. Yay, one more to go. So I'm day 1 post cycle 5. It has not been fun. Let's start with my hair. So I must say it's still holding in there. And my oncology team are quite surprised that despite no cold cap, it's still holding in. I do have some little balding spots, and my girls tell me that on the back of the head I've got a few, but it's still pretty much holding in, which is amazing. And that's the hair on my head, and my eyebrows, they're a little bit thinning. My eyelashes are still fairly intact, but the hair everywhere else, I don't think I'm going to have to shave, wax or IPL for a very long time. So I guess there is one win in that. My muscles have gone. I spent the better part of 2 years working on my muscle growth and definition, and it's pretty much all gone. My body has changed in ways I'm not happy about. I'm a very body proud person, and right now I'm not really proud of this body, but I know that's all changeable, don't you worry. I have kind of lost my battle at the gym. Yep, I'm going to put my gym membership on hold. It is hard for me to do, but I get on the bike for about 15 minutes a day, my exercise bike. And sometimes I'll just do it in my pajamas because that's all I can do. Get my heart rate up a little bit, turn my legs over. My muscle fatigue is unbelievable. It's kind of like I've just run a marathon. They're sore, like delayed onset, like I've just done a big leg workout at the gym and they're sore all the time. So walking upstairs is actually really quite hard. I get quite exhausted. My eyes and my mouth and my nose are a bit of a mess. My eyes weep every day. My nose is dry all of the time. My mouth, I just had a Scotch finger biscuit because that's all I felt like, and it took me about a minute to eat one bite because I have no saliva, so that's pretty not enjoyable. I shouldn't laugh really. My skin, what a mess. I have adolescent acne. Now you can't see it, you're right, because I have some makeup on. I'll come to that later. And I've got good filters on Instagram and I'm using them right now. So, but my skin is like adolescent acne, and I never even had acne as an adolescent. So that's been really fun to deal with and try and manage. My gut is by far and away the worst. I live daily with this sort of vice-like pain across my gut. I have never-ending heartburn and waves of nausea. My appetite has gone. Today is okay. I can eat a Scotch finger biscuit and I can taste the soup, the beautiful chicken noodle soup that my sister-in-law made. But probably in 2 days' time, I won't really be able to taste very much. My taste buds would have been destroyed. And then I just live with this sour taste in the back of my mouth. Water tastes like sucking on coins. So I have to have water with something in it, like some orange juice. So that's fun too. It's kind of like having morning sickness, only you don't get the great joy at the end of it all. I have alternating constipation and diarrhea, and subsequent to that I have hemorrhoids. That's horrible. The veins in my arms have gone to pot. I hate needles. I'm not needle phobic, but I don't like getting blood tests or cannulas put in, and it's hard pressed to find a vein now. I know some of you would feel the same. I have brain fog. They call it chemo brain, and I've probably got a bit of menopause fog in there as well. I can find myself staring at the wall for minutes at a time, in just complete vagueness. I'll throw in there the hot flushes. They're fun. So that and the muscles and the reflux keep me up a lot of the night, so not very much sleep. I'd be lucky if I slept past 3 a.m. most mornings. Fatigue. Yeah, I'm fatigued a lot. Overwhelming fatigue like I've never had before. Mood. I had to get to the mood. Well, the mood stuff is unbelievable. Everyone is telling me how great I'm doing. And don't get me wrong, I love the support. Don't keep it coming, really. But everyone is telling me how great I'm doing, how resilient I am, how strong I am. And the truth is I've kind of lost my mojo. I'm not crying. I don't cry, but I'm flat a lot. Yeah, I'm flat a lot. And although I can give to people, my patients and my friends and my family, it's exhausting to do so. So I have to rest after I do that, which is kind of not me. Normally I get quite invigorated, but I have to rest when I'm doing that. I am resilient, but there are many moments in this journey. Thank you so much for the messages, guys, honestly. There are moments in this journey where I feel really defeated. And although I'm someone that relentlessly pushes through things, I am learning to stop and just consciously feel the feelings that I'm feeling. It's actually a really important part of this journey, and I'm going to come back to that in a second, but I'm learning to feel uncomfortable with feeling sad and feeling flat and feeling angry and feeling bleh. Like, just there's days when I just have blur moments. And the whole reason that I am sharing all of this, there's probably more that I haven't thought of, but brain fog. The reason I'm sharing this with you guys today, as uncomfortable it is for me to share this, I've just realised how many parallels there are with the fertility journey. So I want you to know that I know how you feel. There are so many, and I'm sure a lot of what I've said has kind of resonated with you on your journey, in that sometimes your body doesn't do what you want it to do. It changes in ways that you don't want it to change, but you kind of have to give in to the process. It can hurt. The process that fertility treatment and the journey does is it can make you feel really out of sorts. And often you have the really, really dark days interspersed with those moments of, white shining hope, kind of like you're on that roller coaster, but it's not exhilarating or fun. And people around you are telling you how strong you are, and inside you're kind of drowning, and you put on that happy face and you say, yeah, thanks, but you don't really feel that. you just want to tell them how broken you feel. And that's why I'm sharing with you that right now I feel very broken. You see people around you getting on with their lives when you are not, and you feel quite alone in that process as you are still on this merry-go-round of doctor's appointments and probing uncomfortable investigations and really dehumanizing moments in this journey, where you feel quite vulnerable to the people that are doing things to you. So I know I've just received 1,000 love hearts. Thank you. But I know what that says is that this resonates with you. And so I want to share how I cope, because you have to cope. You have to get out of bed every day and put your feet on the ground and keep going, right? So sometimes I just put myself to bed and know that tomorrow is going to be another day. Sometimes that's the best way that I can cope. I'm learning to consciously spend time every day feeling the feelings. I've been taught to kind of put my arms around myself, give myself a hug, and just acknowledge the feelings. Today I feel fatigued. Today my eyes feel heavy and sore. Today my mood is quite flat, and today I feel quite alone. And all of that is okay. All of that is completely okay and normal. And perhaps the blur Tamara is the safest place for me to be today. So I'm consciously spending time every day doing that. I have a mantra, and if you guys have any mantras or affirmations, I would love for you to share them on here for others. I do feel some sense of empowerment in mantras, and my mantra right now is "This too shall pass." Tamara, this too shall pass. So if you, yes, this is a gigantic shitstorm, thank you. So if you do have any affirmations or mantra that you have used in your journey, please share them here, because I find that they are that moment of personal empowerment. Pragmatically, I know there are others out there that are far worse off than me. I know that. And I know you guys know that in your journey. We all hear those stories on Facebook, on Instagram, amongst our friends who share their stories or their friends' stories with us. We always hear of stories that are worse off, or we perceive to be worse off than ours. And sometimes that's good to hear, because it can help us drag ourselves out of that pit of despair and just kind of shake ourselves off, pick ourselves off, and I can say, all right, Tamara, get on with it. And I must say that those moments have ultimately, like those moments of grit in that, have led to some of the biggest successes in my life. So I think those times are good to hear, however, it's important not to minimize or belittle what it is that you're going through. I am not belittling my journey just because someone else has worse cancer than me, or is having a more shit time with chemo, or has to have bigger surgery than me. I'm not going to minimize the fact that my journey is big, and nor would I ever recommend that any of you minimize the journey that you are going through if you feel you hear a story that is bigger than yours. Okay? That's really important. But sometimes these moments have actually gotten me out of bed and in the shower and put some makeup on and some lippy on. And it is tough, and it's not what you planned for your life at all. And regardless of that, this is where you are. You are here, and this is your journey. And there are blessings in this journey, though right now they're hard to see. So I'm really hoping today, it was a bit different, but I'm really hoping that today has given you some resonance, and that you can identify, and maybe, just maybe, there's something here that you can take away and go, I've not done that, or that's something a bit different, or yep, I'm affirming that I do all of these things and that is how I cope, and you are on the right track. So that's it for me today. I will definitely be back next week. I've just got a little crash to go through over the next few days. But this too shall pass, and I will get there. And I want to encourage you to keep sending those beautiful messages. In those dark moments, I will often pick up the beautiful cards that I have received and read them again. And I will read the messages that I've received on Instagram and Facebook, and they keep me going. So even when I'm alone, I know that I'm not alone. So thank you for your love and support. I will be back next week, and we'll be back on track to do some rapid fire Q&A. Look after yourselves. Look after each other. See you soon.